Welcome everyone to another episode of Wahconah Weekly. This time around we have a sort of different type of story for you.
Yes, this week was quite short on stories, but we still want to provide something interesting for you all to enjoy.
To begin with, we'll be taking a sort of deep dive into an issue that was of high contention this week.
And to follow up, we'll announce an upcoming special of the show and how you can help us out with it.
As we are sure plenty of you know, we had quite a bad day Wednesday, weather-wise.
Seemingly enough, the weather conditions for this morning seemed to create a sort of perfect storm that made the commute to school a rather unique one.
As for some of the events that happened, the roads were quite bad and some things went wrong. There were bus delays, traffic interferences, and even some collisions and accidents.
To anyone who's a part of these incidents, we would like to offer sincere prayer, and we hope that everyone in the end was okay and will be able to heal from the incidents in short time.
Now let's get into some of the facts behind the day. To begin with, the severity of the storm caught just about everyone off guard. For the most of the morning, there wasn't actually snow, but instead rain and even sleet-like conditions.
This did not turn into the snow that caused many issues until about 6:15. By this point, buses had already left and started to pick up students. In order for people like the superintendent to make a snow day or delay call, it would have had to have been by 5:45. There's a wide variety of times that students get up to leave for school, and so the sudden snow unexpectedly occurred right in the middle of all of this.
Something else that is important to mention is that the roads were not plowed until most everyone had already gotten to school. The towns themselves were not expecting the snow either, which only made the situation worse.
As a result, some of the town administrators had already given a go for school in most of the counties in central Berkshire. This led to decisions made by individuals such as the superintendent to lay pretty much helpless in the process.
To talk to you about all this from a separate perspective, I bring you over to an interview with Wahconah teacher, Mr. Bradshaw. I'm here with Mr. Bradshaw on account of the snowy conditions that we've been dealing with. So, Mr. Bradshaw, how was it driving to school the past couple of days?
Yesterday in particular, which was Wednesday morning, let me preface this by saying in 53 years, I've been at school probably 90% of the time, even when school was called off, because I live at the end of the earth in Amherst. But, things creep up on you. It's nobody's fault. It's not like somebody intended to have a difficult drive. But I've learned through the years that if I'm going to do 100 miles a day, drive with sanity. And the biggest issue I have and had yesterday morning was with yahoos who think they still can go 55 miles an hour on sludge. And there was one guy who passed three of us on the curve on Windsor Mountain, past the three of us, trying to do 50 or 60, and we're, crawling down the hill. So it was... That's my biggest complaint. It's not so much that, I'm driving in something, because I'm very careful, and it is what it is. But it's sometimes other drivers who just have no respect, or they think that if they have to get somewhere faster than everybody else. But safety, to me, is what's really important. And I think about it on days like that. Kids have just gotten their licenses a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago. They need to understand that, too, that it's, driving in that kind of weather, it can be tricky. It can be tricky, but as I said, it's New England, and it was kind of a surprise. It came on us. It got really heavy at a time when we would have been coming here anyway. So that's all I have to say about it, actually. But I've been through it over and over again for 53 years, so I've kind of learned how to do it, and I've never had an accident. Oh, knock on wood, please. Never say never, right?
Well, we appreciate your input, and thank you for your time.
Okay, you're
Back
welcome.
to you guys.
I would like to give a special thanks to Mr. Bradshaw for letting us interview him, and would also like to conclude this segment by stating that our goal for this segment was not to influence you in how you feel about the event. You are completely entitled to your own opinion, but we did want to give you the proper information so that you could do just that and generate your opinion on this event.
And finally, we would like to announce something that we currently have in the works. For a while now, we've been planning to do a Wahconah Weekly special where we do a long segment with Mr. Rob, as he explains to us and you about the new building project.
We are quite excited to bring this to you in the future, but before we do so, we would absolutely love to hear the questions that you want us to ask Mr. Rob about the project. We really want this special to inform you of what exactly is happening with the new school building project. And so we have created a form that will be linked in the description for you to fill out, giving us any questions that you want us to ask Mr. Rob when we are doing our segment. Also, keep in mind that anyone can fill out this form, including students, parents, or anyone else that has questions.
Well, that's all, folks. We sincerely hope you enjoyed this unique episode.
In fact, let us know what you liked or disliked about the format of this episode in the comments below.
And remember, we have another link in the description that allows you to inform us about events or topics you want us to cover in future episodes.
Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Ryan
and Zach, bringing you Wahconah Weekly.